Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and do you remember back to as we're winding down on summer, the very first days of summer? What was it that the Democrats were complaining about left and right for a number of days on end? Now I know the Democrats come up with a lot of these so-called Trump scandals that they continue to push, and then when one of them proves to be a complete failure, as spoiler alert, they all end up being, then they just move on to something else and pretend like the other thing that they cared about a couple days ago never even happened. So it is difficult to try and keep track of all this, and I'm going to go ahead and just tell you what it was. At the very beginning of summer, the thing we were hearing left and right from so many Democrats on Capitol Hill and the fake news media all over the place was all about how they were so outraged that there were family separations going on at the United States southern border. They were all angry because, Lord forbid that people would come to this country from Mexico or Central America illegally. They would cross our border illegally, they would defy our federal immigration laws, and even though they came here and they knew it was widely available, it was well known what happens when you come to the United States illegally, President Trump, Attorney General Sessions, they were making it very well known these people would come anyways, and then guess what? They would get arrested and they would be separated from their children. It's standard procedure, but the left was so outraged. Oh my God, Donald Trump, oh, he's such a racist. Look what he's doing to all these people who don't look like him from Mexico and Central America, even though all it was merely enforcing the law, as we would want any president, as we would want any attorney general to do. But they were all up in arms about this. This is so terrible, worst thing in the world that's going on, even though, of course, it was a Democrat policy. Bill Clinton, this was from the Bill Clinton era back in the 1990s, that President Trump was following. It was merely a law that was on the books long before he ever entered the political realm or the White House. So President Trump, what does he do? He gives the fix that the Democrats want. He says, you know what? Okay, the families can be held in detention together. No more kids being ripped away from their parents like the fake news media kept telling us sob story after sob story day after day. So, what happened at that point? Oh, the narrative was destroyed. President Trump wasn't doing exactly what they wanted to criticize him for anymore, so all of a sudden, yep, the liberals shut up, and like I said, they found something new to move on to try to criticize President Trump for instead. But you know, those family separations, you haven't heard liberals talking about that since then, but they're still going on. Kids are being separated from their parents. In fact, according to the liberals at the ACLU, 114 kids who were brought to this country illegally by their parents have been separated from their parents. Why is that? No, not because of Donald Trump, but because those parents, those moms and dads, abandoned their children. And there's another 232 de facto abandonments that have occurred as well, and those numbers are going to continue to rise. So yeah, all of these parents being separated from kids thing, yeah, it's not the doing of the Trump administration, it's the doing of these parents. And you know why they're doing it? For all the liberals out there, I'll tell you, us conservatives, we were saying this all along, that the entire time you were talking about how cruel and inhumane it was to punish people who break the law, we were telling you all along this is what's going on. The parents will come to this country, bring the children, they will leave their illegal kids in this country, the parents will get deported, and then they will take advantage of our incredibly weak immigration practices like chain migration and come to this country through their illegal kids, and then the illegal parents will join the illegal kids, and the entire illegal family that broke our federal immigration laws will be in the United States of America. That is what is going to happen. Make no mistake about it whatsoever, and it is horribly wrong that is going on. But you see, the Democrats, they have no desire to change our immigration laws because they view all these illegals as future Democrat voters, because they realize that the middle class has left the Democrats because they can no longer deal with the Democrats' mindless policies, their terrible platform. So you know what? For the Democrats, the only way they think they can get back into power is by importing a new class of voters, and that is all these illegal criminals that are coming into this country. I mean, it's just maddening. Democrats don't actually care about these people. It's all about them. It's all about their own political power for the Democrats, and they're willing to put their selfish ambitions above the law and order of this country, above what is good for the country, what's good for all the average Americans who have to deal with all the repercussions that come from these illegal families coming in here. The economic burdens, the threats to American safety. Democrats don't care. They just want power. And by the way, when I say Democrats haven't been talking about family separation since they dropped the issue and President Trump called their bluff on this, you know what Democrats still also haven't done? They still haven't shown any concern whatsoever about the family separations, the countless of them that have happened since June. when it comes to American families. Yeah, you know, when an American citizen commits a crime, they are taken to jail. They are separated from their sons and daughters at home. A lot of it happens in minority communities. The groups that Democrats claim to champion, but you know what? Not a single peep, because they also care about illegals more than they care about American citizens, because again, it all goes back to illegals is what they view as their way back to power. It is incredibly, incredibly shameful, but it's incredibly true. That's all the time that we have for today, but tune into the John Muir Show each and every weekday. It's 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. on WSAU and WHBL. Till next time, I'm out.